It says we are now live, Stephanie.
John, we're live and we are alive. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday to you too.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm groovy.
It's
And a
good to see you.
very huh?
It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. We haven't chatted face to face in a little bit.
No, we chat almost every single day on Instagram, but not face to
We're,
face. So,
yes, we're very busy on Instagram. Wilkies, hello.
Wilkies, thank you so much for joining, my friend.
Yep. Steve, what's up, my
Steve,
friend?
good to see you. Wilkies, I'm so excited for your channel just starting, man.
Taz.
Oh, Altez, man, it's midnight. You told me, Altez told me it's midnight where he's at in the UK. And so, man, thanks for staying up so late. This is phenomenal.
Wow, he's a night owl. Cinema Dave, hello.
Dave. Thanks so much, Dave. I appreciate it. Yes, friends, this is celebrating 1,000 subscribers.
Chris,
Chris Stevens.
Mary, what's cooking?
Chris Stevens is my brother.
Oh,
I did
Chris
not know he was
Stevens.
coming.
Chris Stevens, you and I need to talk after the stream.
That's awesome. Thanks, Chris. Mary, how's it going? Great to see you. Thanks so much. Oh, this is great. This is going to be fun, Stephanie.
Yeah, we have friends, John.
We do have friends.
They're here for you, though, definitely. Mike D, hello.
So Wilkie's Movies and Music, I want to make sure we highlight, just started a new channel, and it's so great. So check out that channel. Subscribe to that channel. Thank you so much, Steve, for coming.
Steve is awesome.
Altez, awesome. Yep. If you haven't subscribed to Altez's channel, also another new channel that is so fantastic.
Yep.
Dave, thank you so much. You and Stephanie are the pros at this. This is my very first one. So I'm so glad to be here. So thanks, Dave, for coming. And you guys have, if you haven't checked out their live stream every single week, fantastic live stream. My brother, Chris. We got Mary.
If you want to know anything about movies, you talk to Mary.
Well, I see every single week you and Dave talking about like all of the recommendations, everything.
She's awesome. And she's a horror gal too. We got to love that. And Mike D is awesome too.
Mike D.
And Steve will make sure that he's excellent at keeping you on track. He's great.
I'm going to need that.
Michael's awesome. Hey, Michael.
Michael, thank you so much for coming. This is cool. Appreciate you coming for this first
Grizzly
live.
John. I love it.
This is Winterbeard. Winterbeard has to come out as soon as the fall hits.
John.
Winterbeard comes out. And yeah, it's like the Canadian in me comes out. And so Grizzly John. Yeah, maybe I'll change the channel name.
There
Neil,
you go.
thank you so much, my friend, for coming. Neil's great. If you haven't checked out his channel, so good. So good. And we've got Movie Hunter here also.
Awesome.
Smash that like button. Congrats on 1,000. Thank you so much. And friends, obviously, I mentioned many times in the announcements on Instagram and all of that, that I was going to have a special guest, special friend. Obviously, Stephanie is my friend coming here. And thanks, Stephanie, for doing this.
Thanks for having me, John. I feel honored to be here, and I'm so excited. And I have been so waiting for this milestone for your channel. I couldn't be happier. No one deserves it more. You're awesome. And I have loved your channel since the first time I found it.
Well, thank you.
Just awesome.
It's I've appreciated your friendship very much. And as I said a moment ago, we talk literally all the time. So it's great to have you here doing this with me. I appreciate it very much.
I can't believe that you would publicly admit to being my friend. This is like public now. People know.
It's live on the internet.
It's live and it's on the internet. It's stamped. Oh no.
That's great.
Yep.
Winter is coming. It is coming. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. Yeah. So Chris gave you a shout out. So Stephanie, yeah, you have to contact him, and yeah.
I'm going to get the dirt. I remember when you had the COVID hair and the COVID beard.
COVID hair. I can't do. So back in the day, I had long hair.
Nice.
And it's starting to get thin right here, so I can't do that anymore. So got to keep shaving it down. But the beard.
There you go.
Keep going.
The beard. Tim's here. Hey, Tim.
Tim, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you coming.
Tim has an awesome channel.
He does have an awesome channel. And he did a great video yesterday, calming everyone's fears about the whole Best Buy thing. Everything's going to be fine.
Everything is fine. Yeah, Best Buy's had one foot out the door for years.
Yeah, everything's good. There's so many places that are selling amazing films right now.
Yeah. I mean, we have boutique studios, we have Orbit, Diabolic, Grindhouse, you name it. I mean, You can get I was telling Dave that I don't remember the last time I have gone to a store just for the purpose of, like, release day,
Yeah.
because they haven't really had much.
Yep.
And, in 2019, 2020, if nothing else, we learned that we can easily pivot and we can still get what we need without venturing out so much. So, I know we're gonna be just fine.
Absolutely. Yeah. The only film I haven't got a film on release day in forever, and the
Mhm.
other day I got one pre-release day. I went to Walmart for something completely different, and Barbie was on the stands a week early, so I did grab that.
Did you have
So
a heels and a wig on? Because you owe me a trip to Target in a Rocky
I
robe, don't you?
know. I didn't buy it. If I was supposed to have bought that one too.
I know. You're waiting for the big box set. You're probably not wrong on that one because you know they're gonna release a whole box set.
Well, and everyone I watched all of the reviews, and I never heard anyone lose their mind and say how amazing this was. And so
Yeah.
that was for me was like, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't." So I didn't, yeah.
I thought the
Uh,
transfers were okay.
Skullet John, thank you, Chris.
Gullet John. Oh, I'm gonna definitely talk to Chris later.
Chris is hilarious, and I really would love to have him on this channel. There is one movie in particular that I would love to do a full video on with my brother. It's one that we watched as a kid, and we continue to this day, even though we are middle-aged men, we will quote this film to each other at least a couple of times a week still, and it's thoroughly embarrassing, but
That's
yeah,
great.
it is great. And the
You
film
should do
is
it.
the
Is?
original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, Kelly
Yeah.
just made me buy that.
Really?
I didn't have it in my collection, and she made me buy that.
It is so, so good. I mean, we love it. We had it on VHS, we watched as kids, loved it, and we
Mhm.
quote it to each other nonstop, and we laugh our
That's
heads off
awesome.
every time we do it. So fun.
That's awesome.
S'mores and Doors, thank you so much. I appreciate
Congrats.
it. Give me 3. That is a direct quote from the Ninja Turtles movie.
All right, so we're quoting the Ninja Turtles.
You would enjoy chatting with my brother. He is hilarious.
I'm
Very
sure
fun.
he is.
Good fella.
That's cool.
That is awesome. Well, friends, this is a first live stream to celebrate 1,000 subscribers, which is super, super humbling. This channel was born out of the COVID in the middle of all of that stuff with shutdown when everything was done. And none of us were allowed to have friends or contact with any humans. And so I'd been watching a bunch of channels and decided to, in the middle of it all, start a channel and ended up connecting with some great people and really thankful for it. Now we hit 1,000, but Stephanie actually is on the verge of a phenomenal milestone as well on 6,000, correct?
Almost.
How many? 16?
Almost. Well, I'm sorry?
16 away?
It looked like that, but I probably just lost 10 if I said that.
Well, you're on this live stream, so you probably just lost a bunch.
I don't know. I think the people here are very friendly, so hopefully they'll
Okay.
take mercy on me and
Hopefully,
not
you won't
jump
lose a
ship.
ton of credibility by being on this one.
No, never,
So,
never.
friends, if you
No.
haven't subscribed to Stephanie's, you have if you're here, but if you have not, you absolutely should, and I cannot wait for you to hit 6,000. That'll be so fun.
It'll just be good to I've been in the 5,000s for years because I just, I was turtling along and not really doing anything, and
Is
all
that
of
a
a
Ninja
sudden
Turtles reference?
it is a turtle reference. I was turtling, and, all of a sudden, I just was like, "You know what? I need to make something happen." So,
Yeah,
and what better month to start than my favorite month of the year, horror
absolutely.
everything.
Absolutely.
So, I feel like it's a good way to start a roll.
Cool. Well,
So,
friends, if you're looking for great horror Halloween content, Stephanie has put up a bunch of great stuff in this month. So we've got 31 movies for Halloween that you put up to begin the whole thing. Horror recommendations for I will call it horror recommendations for the faint of heart, like myself, which was a great video. So it's a lot of like thrillers and
yeah.
stuff that you can't get into crazy horror.
Thanks,
Stephanie has
Chris.
a really
Cowabunga.
Stephanie has a great recommendation list for those who are not as great with horror like myself. Then you have a Blu-ray horror collection video, and the most recent one that I've seen is the Friday the 13th collection, which you had it's a crazy collection with autographs, and it was so cool that you got to meet one of the people who played him, which is crazy.
Yeah. Oh, my favorite Jason ever, Kane Hodder.
It's awesome.
Heck of a nice guy.
I loved it when you shared that story just about how awesome he was. Like, just
Oh, he was
to
so
meet him as a friend.
kind, so nice and so kind. I was the first one in line, and
That's
I
cool.
just stood there like a little kid with my stuff to get signed. He was so nice.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it was great, and it's always nice to meet somebody that you really have enjoyed and
Yeah,
you hope they're gonna be a certain way, and they exceed that expectation.
that's really
Like,
cool.
he was even nicer than I could have imagined, and if you haven't even if you're not a horror fan, just to get a snapshot of life, watch his documentary To Hell and Back, because he talks about his life and injuries. He almost had a life-ending injury from a stunt,
Oh, wow.
and everything he went through, like, in his childhood and growing up and recovering from this terrible burn that he, sustained doing a stunt, and just what a humble, amazing person he is, and how much people in the industry who work with him think of him as a person.
Wow.
And it's a really moving documentary, and out of all the films I could have had him sign, that was the one I picked to have him sign.
Nice.
And he was welling up, and I'm
That's so
like
cool.
he was, like, amazed that that was the film I handed him, and I'm like, "You have no idea, this moved me."
That is
But
wild.
he was amazing. So, yeah, he was a very cool guy.
That's such a cool story when you meet someone who's like a hero or somebody you like admire, and
Yeah.
then they are everything you'd hope. I've met my
Yeah.
I've met 2 musicians who I love their music, and
Right.
both were so awkward, and both of them were in
Oh,
signing the both of them were at signings, and so I was kinda bummed, but anyway, I'm glad you had a
yeah.
good experience.
Yeah,
Um,
he was great.
Sent Art Therapy, Turtles movie plus the Nintendo video game. Absolutely. It's a great
Did you
time.
play Nintendo, John, you and your brother?
Yeah, so we had paper routes, and he saved up for a actual original Nintendo, and I saved up for a Game Boy, the original Game
Hi,
Boy,
Donna.
and so that's what we had, and,
All
so
we
yeah,
had was Pong.
that's
My brother and I, that's all we had all day
yeah,
long. Doink,
yeah.
doink, doink, doink. For hours, we would play Pong. That's all we had.
So that paper route was great for me in that I got a Game Boy out of it, but I lost that route because I stopped saving the money that I needed to pay for the papers, and I was going to arcades and renting VHS and buying stuff and ended up owing hundreds of dollars, and I was forced to give up that paper route, but
There you go.
yeah, I learned, it was good. Just
Yeah,
subscribe.
it's
Chris just subscribed to your channel, 15
awesome. Thank
away,
you, Chris.
and a cowabunga, which is always
Cowabunga.
appreciated. Mike D, it's great when you
Yep,
meet a celebrity and they're down to earth.
yep.
Absolutely. Down to earth. Donna, thank you so much. Donna was great. She was yesterday because this is my first live stream. I was terrified I was going to botch it somehow, and we still have the opportunity for me to botch it at some point. But I was testing it to make sure everything worked okay, and Donna was there to let me know that everything was all right. She could hear the audio and everything. And Donna's just been a
Awesome.
long time friend of the channel.
That's
And so
awesome.
Donna, thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate it.
I don't
Yeah.
see any flames yet. I mean, we're all right, I think.
So far, so good.
There's
It
no
just started.
flames yet. We're good. We're good.
Well, friends, we're gonna talk Halloween films, movies, spooky season stuff. We're gonna talk this hopefully upcoming Criterion sale, Barnes and Noble,
Mhm.
and then we're also gonna do some giveaways at the end of this. So
Fun giveaways.
very fun giveaway. So please do stick around for that. And thank you so much for watching. And I hope you participate and share in some of this as well. So, Stephanie, what are you in this spooky season? I appreciate your videos and seeing what you're watching. And I would love to know what you're watching that you're loving, that you're really enjoying,
Well,
that
that
maybe
I'm
you watched the
loving.
first time or like maybe you watched it a million times, but you're enjoying it during this Halloween season.
Well, I just this is one that I have
Oh, wait, we have a question for you,
apocalyptic and
Stephanie.
huh?
We have a question for you. Stephanie, a quick question for you. I really love the early seasons of The Walking Dead. Would you recommend any apocalyptic or zombie movies? I've
Uh,
seen The Dawn of the Deads.
have you seen Train to Busan? That would be my first go-to zombie movie.
Train to Busan.
Probably the best zombie movie you're gonna find.
I've heard that movie is a tearjerker.
At the end,
Yeah, I've heard it's a very emotional. It's a zombie movie, but it gets you in the emotions.
you know what's cool about that movie is that they are fast-moving zombies.
Okay.
So it's like an adrenaline rush. It's really instead of these like, how are they gonna catch you? And they're like, but like these zombies are nuts. It's really good. So I highly recommend Train to Busan. That would be my first pick. And can I put that title in the chat? Can I? Yeah, I think I
I
can.
think so. I can do.
Join the chat. Uh, how do we do that?
I think I can train to BUSAN.
Yeah, BUSAN. There you go.
I think that's right.
Yeah, it's right.
But I've heard it's phenomenal. So would they be like fast zombies like in World War Z?
Yeah, yeah. You know what, Steve? I have to give Peninsula another chance because I Peninsula is the follow up to Train to Busan, or I don't know if maybe it's a prequel. It's either no. Seoul Station is an animated prequel. Then there's Train to Busan, and then a Peninsula. Um, I put it on and I was tired. So I didn't give it enough of a chance and I only watched about maybe 40 minutes and I turned it off. But I have heard from people who are reliable horror sources that it gets much better. So I have to give it another chance. It wasn't bad. I think it was more my headspace at the time that I put the movie on.
Cool.
But I don't think anything that they can do can possibly beat out Train to Busan because it was just so good.
I need to see it. Everybody says it's amazing.
I'm actually working on well, I did a video today. I haven't posted yet because I didn't want to clog up my computer when we had this going on. So I have a collection video coming up, but before my next I'm going to put that up today, but then I am going to do a list of Japanese and Korean horror movies that they're a lot of fun. There's a lot of great ones out there. So I think that and there are some on there that even if you're not a big horror fan, they're just kind of like creepy ghost stories, but they're very good.
Cool.
So that's always a fun list and you can get some more cool picks from that too. So that'll be coming this week.
Nice.
Look
Train to
at me. I'm
Busan.
being all of a sudden I'm like professional. Who am I? Stop it. Putting on myself on a schedule. I've never been on a schedule. I don't even wake up half the time.
Hey, everybody's loving that content.
All of a sudden,
Uh-huh. Well, I mean,
um,
and again, it's your favorite time of the year. It's your
it
favorite
is.
season.
I can't stop myself. I mean, I could talk horror all year. I just know that that's not really what people want. So, I get it. It's seasonal. Like we switch. Like
Uh-huh.
now we're going to be moving to towards Criterion because that's what people want to hear. So I kind of sprinkle them in during the year, but they don't get a lot of traction during the year because I'm not a horror channel.
Gotcha.
I don't I would probably get bored if I just did one thing all the time. It's fun to I like a lot of different things like you.
Mhm.
So it's fun to talk different things.
Well, it's funny because I know you're such a huge horror fan. You sent me some photos of your horror collection, and I was, like, stunned. I was like, "I didn't know that there are any horror movies out there." And but you have actually recommended to me some of the most, like, deeply heartfelt, emotional movies I've ever seen. Like, they've become some of my absolute favorites. So I do
Yeah.
appreciate that about you, that your movie watching and collecting is, like, so diverse.
You
So
have
yes,
to.
definitely a huge horror fan, um, but yeah, you just have also killer recommendations, so
Thank you. And yeah, you know what? That's I think what makes me love movies so much is that there is that huge range. Like you can have something that can fill your heart and then you can have like a zombie that comes along and rips it out. Like you could do everything in between.
yes.
And I
Yeah,
think that's the fun of it. So,
absolutely.
Martinez
Joe
Joe.
Martinez, making dinner, wanted to stop by, say congratulations. Thanks so much, Joe. And Joe, actually, in the very first video that I ever did for my channel,
Yep.
which no one should watch because it's rough. Everyone, I think whenever you look at your old material, it's like, boy, I would have done it different. But I did mention Joe and Marie were one of the very first channels that I watched that
Yep.
inspired me to do it. And so, Joe and Marie, thank you so much for being a good friend. Literally from day one, they were the first people to follow me on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube, and have remained good friends. So
Joe
thank
and
you
Marie
guys
are
so much.
awesome, and Gary.
They are absolutely. So thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoy your dinner also.
Yeah. Oh, Ryan.
Ryan,
Hey, Ryan.
thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Hi, Stephanie. Ryan's also, Ryan has
Hello.
great films recommendations as well.
Ryan does have great films.
Yeah, he's pulling films from everywhere, and it's
Yep.
so good.
I get jelly when I see what Ryan's getting. I'm like, "Oh, I want that." I have to turn I look away, look away.
Well, it's funny. You watch. Well, I'll blame you all the time. Everybody, we start we blame each other
We
because we
blame
watch
each
each
other.
other's content, and then
Yeah.
you yeah, and so yeah, when Ryan recently did a month of straight content and was showing all of these titles, it was like, this is
Wow.
so dangerous to watch this stuff. Um, yeah, I could just become aware of films, and you're like, I got to throw that on my Amazon wish list now.
And, like, to top it off, Ryan, you have some amazing collector editions,
Oh yeah,
like, that I didn't even know existed.
yeah.
And I now I know they exist, so now I'm salivating, and I'm like, "You have gotta be kidding me." But, I mean, I'm very impressed with his collection. So, Ryan, you got me, Ryan.
We are on first name blaming for
We
sure.
are. It's you know what it is? It's turned into, between all of us, and then we have to lump Nathan in, of course, because
100%.
it's a gigantic enablers group of
Yeah.
shoppers, spenders, collectors.
Yes. Do you know who else is getting me lately nonstop
Uh-oh.
is, David from Film Collector Archive.
Oh, David is dangerous.
Yeah,
I love
he's
David. David's
I do
great.
too, but I messaged him and I was like, "You do know that you're ruining, my Amazon wish list right now," and I teased him. I was just picked up, it came from outer space, the 4K that the other day, and
Yeah, that's a
he
good
showed it
one.
off. That's why I picked it up, and so I wrote him and I said, "Hey, just to let you know, my wife says thanks in quotes for, introducing this because I had to go buy it."
David is sweet. I had Pickle, my for those of you most of you know Pickle, but if you don't know Pickle, she's my little one of my dachshunds. She's my little newest dachshund, my puppy. And I said that the movies I was showing were Pickle approved because she had watched them all with me, and David wrote, "If we don't get Pickle approved merch, I am gonna cry myself to sleep every night." And I'm like, "That's it. We're getting Pickle approved merch."
Yeah, put it in the
I
merch
mean,
store.
we have a merch store. We have a merch store in our head, John, already, so we're gonna do it.
We have
Merch,
quite the
merch,
line,
merch.
actually. We have quite a line. We have quite a few
We do
things.
have a line. It's gonna be a great line. Merch. Gotta do it.
Merch. Wow. Movie Hunter, thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, awesome.
Yes. Yeah, it's a dangerous game to play.
So you wanted to see a movie, John. You asked for a movie?
Something you've been watching during the spooky season. I brought a handful here that I've been watching that I have enjoying. I think I've watched like 10 spooky season, Halloween season-esque films, and I've got a handful that I've enjoyed and a handful that I have not enjoyed that much. So what are the ones that you say, "Yeah, I've actually kind of enjoyed watching these?"
Well, I've been on a wild tear, so I only brought like 5 because I could have brought 50, you know that. But now this one I have seen before. However, it um it just got a 4K release. And I am looking for the year that this came out. I want to say like 1964. I was right, and I saw the little print. This is the new 4K edition of Blood and Black Lace,
Okay.
and it is from Mario Bava. Now it's an Arrow set, and they put it with a slipcover,
Oh, wow.
and it came with a slipcover, and it came with a book and a poster, and it's a giallo film. And basically what you have is it's a like a modeling agency, and the models are getting picked off. And the thing with the giallo, most of you in the chat, you already know what the giallo films are, but for anyone who doesn't know, that like the stereotypical giallo is the person up here, like they're dressed in the black hat and the trench coat and the black gloves and some kind of mask on, so you don't really know who the killer is until the end. And they're known for sometimes a little sexual innuendo in the killing, but this one is not over the top at all in that respect. But it's also known for the color palette. Now, this color palette is amazing. You have like it goes from red to purple to blue to like hot green, all these crazy colors. The 4K on this is stunning.
Hmm.
Absolutely flawless. Like you would never know it was from 1964. But it's a really fun movie. So you have the girls are getting picked off. There's 6 models that get picked off, and then, of course, you have your big reveal. You have the detectives, and you have your big reveal at the end. But this is one giallo that I've always loved, and I was so excited that it got a 4K. So I was jacked up to watch this last night.
You said
And
that's Arrow, correct?
this is, yeah, it's Arrow, and, it's 4K, so it's all region. And, I don't think did it come with a Blu-ray? I'm not sure if this one came with a Blu-ray. It's no, it's just a 4K. So it's just a 4K, but it has like how Arrow stacks it up.
Oh yeah.
Those are all the special features.
Wow.
So it's insane. And like I said, it comes with a poster and a book, and it's I love Giallo films. I love Dario Argento and Mario Bava and the whole crew. So this was a fun one.
That's awesome.
Italian Giallo, can't go wrong.
Steve, I want a pickle cam at some point. I think that would be hilarious.
I think we should do you know what? I wanted to get a GoPro and put it on her when we went for a walk, so it could be like pickle cam walking. Because she's only about 3 inches off the ground. Her legs are like this. They're like wheels.
That's good.
And yeah, we do need a pickle cam.
That would be hilarious.
She could be like a cam girl, but it's just pickle.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Pickle merch, pickle cam.
Pickle cam, pickle merch.
Eventually she'll have her own channel for sure.
Oh, she's absolutely gonna have, or she's just gonna morph. She's gonna. We're doing a costume reveal on the live stream next Saturday, and then on Halloween Day, she's going to have a wardrobe change, and she will do a second costume on my channel. So the wardrobe department is very busy.
That's hilarious.
So there will be a lot of pickle this month.
The Invaders from Mars 4K goes great with It Came from Outer Space. Well, thank you,
Yeah,
Mike D.
that would be a good double feature.
The Invaders from Mars. I'm gonna do that.
Did you watch it yet, John?
No, it literally just showed up yesterday.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I've been really enjoying older sci-fi lately. So, in fact, the first one I'll show that I've really enjoyed, actually, Cinema Dave, is you introduced me to this line, Stephanie, but Cinema Dave, I saw mention this on his channel. He said that there were still copies available on Amazon, and I love it.
Yeah,
it's all signature line, Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yep.
And the packaging and the artwork is absolutely gorgeous. I watched this. This is the first film I watched during spooky season. For me, this is spooky season worthy. And
it's all good.
It is so good. I love this so much. And massive fan of this. And so I actually did watch The Invasion, which was the remake with Nicole Kidman. And I'll be doing a first take a remake on the channel with these two films. But I absolutely love this one. And so I've been enjoying these kind of films lately. And so The Invaders from Mars. So I'll have to add this. The Invaders from Mars. 4K. Yeah, you introduced me to that line, and I really enjoyed that line. And I'm sad that it's gone out, but
yeah, and I mean, it's cool because like I think didn't I send you Johnny Guitar and
yes.
A couple, and you know what? Those are like you can't even come by them now. So
Quiet Man you sent me.
I think High Noon is still out there somewhere.
Yep.
Did I send you High Noon?
You did, yes.
Yeah.
All right, Invaders from Mars. All right, there we go. Took a picture.
Oh, good. Altaz. Now you know what a Giallo is. Cool.
There you go. Altaz, Stephanie is a great friend and has taught me so much over the last few years. So, yes.
Steve is ready for anything pickle.
Huge fan. So what else have you been watching, Stephanie, that you're enjoying?
Well, now this is one that, I have loved for a long time. And John, we have spoken about this one. I was blown away by the 4K. It has just renewed my enthusiasm about this movie. And we talked about it. It's The Mist.
Yeah.
So I am so looking forward to watching the black and white version because you told me you saw some clips.
Yeah.
And that it looked fantastic. And I could not believe because, we're in the days now where they're starting to skimp a little bit, I think, on some of the 4K releases. But the fact that they put this out, not just with a 4K, but with a Blu-ray, then with a black and white 4K and a black and white Blu-ray. I mean, this is a killer release.
That's impressive.
And I just love it. It's a creature feature. It's Stephen King. The ending's a little tough, but it is what it's meant to be. And I found myself falling in love with this movie all over again. I've already watched it 3 times.
Have you really?
Yeah, and I haven't gotten to the black and white yet. I love this movie. So I don't know. I fell in love with it all over again. Couldn't help it.
When I heard you mention there was black and white, I immediately searched clips of it. and it looks gorgeous. So I
Well, I
can't wait to see it.
immediately thought of you
Oh,
because
I love films like that.
I know, and I figured, you know what? Even if you didn't really go for, like, because it's not like, I mean, I guess it is in some spots, it's, a little, it's gory in spots, and
Mhm.
it is tough in certain areas, but I figured even if you weren't into the whole horror element, I knew that you would appreciate the black and white.
For sure.
So you were the first person I thought of when I saw that. I was like, "That is such a cool idea to release that like that."
Yeah,
So
that is
that was awesome.
that is awesome.
So what else on your list there, friend?
Well, I've got a couple more. Also, if you are in the chat, feel free to let us know what you've been
Yeah,
watching that
what are
you're
you
really
watching?
enjoying. I would love to hear. So I also mentioned a few films that I didn't really connect with, but I have been connecting with some TV shows that are, for me, really fun Halloween TV shows. The first one I know you're a huge fan of is the original The Munsters.
You know it.
Season 1, and I love this one. It's in black and white. This is so fun. This is, for me, late at night, this is what I'll do is I'll watch TV and I'll go to sleep to it. And
Yeah.
it's so fun and obviously very Halloweeny, not scary at all, but a ton of fun. And I absolutely love this. Love the black and white, and the characters are hilarious.
Now, have you ever ventured into watching the Rob Zombie Munsters movie, or did you just bag it?
I have not watched it yet.
You have
Um,
not.
no, I have not watched it yet. I need to watch it. I have not watched it yet. This is
You
one of the
know
things. I
Yeah,
love the original so much that there's a
I
part of
know.
me that's just nervous.
Yes, and you should be,
Okay.
because, I mean, I think I think had he been permitted to do it in black and white, it might not have come off as so hokey.
Right.
I think in parts it was really overacted, but that's just how some of his actors are at times.
Sure.
You know, I'm a huge Rob Zombie fan, so
Absolutely.
it's hard for me to, I'm a Munsters fan and I'm a Rob Zombie fan. It was basically universally panned. I did not pan it. I didn't hate it.
I remember that.
I liked it for what it was. I thought it could have been better if it was in black and white and maybe just toned down a little bit on a little bit of the rhetoric.
Mhm.
But I don't think it was as bad as what I think, like, once you get a couple people saying it's bad, anybody who liked it is afraid to say anything.
Right.
So I don't think we really heard too much from the other side. But I think for someone who's not a huge horror fan, I think it's something that you could just watch for fun
Sure. Well, I
during
know you're a
spooky
huge
season.
zombie fan because you ask me about usually every 6 to 8 weeks if I've watched The Devil's Rejects yet.
And yeah, check your mailbox because you never know when it'll show up. I keep threatening John that I'm going to mail him a copy of the Devil's Rejects.
Yeah. That's the day I light my mailbox on fire.
Do you know I didn't like that film the first time I saw it?
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Was
I
it
didn't
what was it
I was
about that
like,
you didn't like?
I don't know, I watched a double feature. I got a double feature of House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects,
Okay.
and I was like, "It's okay." Like, I did not like it. I was just like, "It's okay." And now it's just taken on a life of its own. I definitely like Devil's Rejects more than House of a Thousand Corpses, but
Okay.
I really grew to appreciate House as time went on, and that is
Okay.
truly the Halloween film of the 2, because it
Okay.
takes place during Halloween. The whole house is decorated, there's mannequins all over, and I grew into it, and I just now I love it. So,
Hmm.
yeah, Ryan, we're the only ones that, that like Rob Zombie films.
With the pickle
Pickle
cam, add
Cam
some
and
fog, and you can
Fog.
add a horror element to it.
Maybe I could put her in a ghost outfit
That would be hilarious.
or like a witch's broom.
Tim, the Munsters are such a blast. They're so good. Honestly, friends, I think I picked this up at Walmart like a year or 2 ago, and I wanna
Yeah.
say it was like $9 or $8, um, for a full season of TV. It was great.
Tim has a
Absolutely.
killer TV collection.
Tim?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
Tim has
got a
an
great
unreal collection.
he has a great collection, but I mean, he's saying he likes
Yeah,
TV. You can see with his collection that he likes TV just as much as movies. He's got a great TV collection.
and I think that's cool, like, when you see that, when you see because obviously I love watching film, but I
Right.
have a ton of TV, And I don't necessarily collect full series. There's a couple shows
Right.
I want, but
Right.
I love, like last night I watched the original Odd Couple. I have 2 seasons of that show, and I just want every once in a while to throw in a disc and watch 3, 4 episodes before I go to bed.
Right.
So Tim
Yeah.
has great television,
Oh, yeah.
collection. So good. I just got
Cobweb was
Cobweb,
cool.
first
Yep.
Universal Classic Monster 4K set, looking forward to crack. I love Universal Classic Monsters.
Yep.
No shocker, I have not seen Cobweb, but you have, Stephanie? There you go.
There it is. There it is.
There it
It
is.
it you know what? That's a Cobweb kinda I think it kinda surprised a lot of people.
I see it on everybody's Instagram. Everybody's posting about it.
I mean, it's good. I
Mhm.
liked it. I wasn't blown away by it, but I liked it a lot more than I probably thought I was going to. I thought it was just gonna be this, like, hokey, silly thing, and it was a pretty good Halloween movie.
Cool.
It was good. I liked it. I thought, the little boy, who's the lead, was phenomenal. He's a phenomenal little actor, and he really carried the movie.
Cool.
So I think it's one of those that'll end up being on people's watch lists every year now because it just, it's new, it's something it's
Yeah.
different, and it's definitely, I mean, there's pumpkins all over the yard. It's Halloween. So it's fun.
Nice.
Not for you, but for everybody else.
Not for me, yeah.
Innocent
I
Blood.
recently rewatched Innocent Blood. I like that film more than I feel I should. I always think they could have made it a much better movie, the story they started with. I haven't seen that.
Mhm.
Have you seen that, Stephanie?
Not in a long time, but I remember liking it. I have to rewatch it. I actually pulled it out. I have the Warner Archive edition, and I just pulled it out the other day. It's in a stack to go next to the television.
Nice.
That and I think Wolfen I pulled out.
Okay. I'm pretty sure Stephanie and I are the only ones that like Rob Zombie
I
films.
love Rob Zombie. I love everything about him.
You guys should start a club.
I will stand by your man. That's my song for him.
You know what? I watched an he was on, I don't know if this was recent or not, but I'm saying recent because I recently watched it. Uh, Joe Rogan interviewed him,
Yeah.
and it was such an interesting interview listening to him. He was unpacking kind of like his inspiration and his start in film and his start in music, and how just kind of how he took control over what he wanted to create in music and in film. And
Yeah.
it was so interesting. And then he was talking about what he wants to do in the future, what he
Mhm.
would love to do. And I was surprised, like what his passion is to do before his career's over. It didn't have anything to do with horror. It had to do with classic film and classic television. And I just found it so interesting listening to him talk about kind of where he's come from and where he would like his career to end up.
Yeah, like he was born, his parents were carnies.
Crazy.
He grew up as a carnival kid. And he and his wife are so cool. They have like rescue animals at their house.
He mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah, they have goats and they have sheep. They have all kinds of little animals that they rescue. Like they're animal advocates and
Wow.
they're really super cool people, very down to earth, very, very cool, very calm. They just have a really good air about them. And I love their relationship. I know people give him crap because he puts her in every film. And I'm like, if Sherry Moon Zombie is your wife, you know you're putting her in every film. She's stunning. I mean, is she the greatest actress? No, but she's you know what? She's his partner in life,
Yeah.
and I think she does a good enough job with what she is. She never wanted to be an actor,
Wow.
so she did it for him. And I think, he said he needed someone in the project that he can always trust to give him an honest answer, and she will do that.
Cool.
But he's a really cool guy.
Super down to earth, chill
Oh,
fellow.
yeah.
The interview is so chill the
Yeah.
whole time.
He's cool.
One of my favorite chats between you two was when you guys were discussing movies you didn't like the first time. That was a really fun conversation.
I have a new list for that. We could do it again.
Oh, really? I'm definitely down for doing that.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. I did enjoy that conversation. I liked it, the Munsters movie, and
Yeah.
I liked the Car 54 reference.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Uh, Mothman movies, nice full beard you got growing there. It's just going to continue to go. I'll probably at least go through Christmas.
I'm gonna assume that that's for you, not me.
Yes, I think so. Well,
Yes.
Mothman's got a great beard himself. So,
Oh, alright.
yeah.
The
So
beard
I'm going to
club
keep
for
going.
men.
Yeah. 808 Physical Media, thanks for being
Yeah.
here. What are your thoughts about the Best Buy Physical Media departure, exclusive steelbooks? I don't buy a ton from Best Buy. I think occasional, not every year, on occasion, I will pick up something on the Black Friday sales, but the only film I remember buying there, I bought, I think maybe an MCU film, and then I bought a special edition Napoleon Dynamite film. So I don't actually buy a lot from there, and I don't collect steelbooks. So for me, I'm feeling okay about it from the labels that I love collecting from, Kino and Criterion. I feel good, and I thrift a ton. So I spend more time at thrift stores than I do at Best Buy. But what are
Well,
your thoughts, Stephanie?
I'm a Steelbook fan,
Right,
and my number one thing is I don't think Best Buy deserved the exclusivity that they got on the Steelbooks because of the way they mishandled sending them to real diehard collectors.
sure.
These are collectors who are spending their hard-earned money to get these steelbooks, and they would shove them in a mailer, send them out, and it looked like the driver must have stood on them the whole time they were in transit.
Yeah,
And I don't blame the UPS people or FedEx, or I blame the people who are being told to ship them in a bubble mailer.
right.
And I don't think they deserve that exclusivity because of that, and if you opened it and found out it was damaged, if it was open, it was not returnable.
Mhm.
So now you've just lost, what, $30 because they couldn't put it in a box.
Yeah,
So I think that they've had one foot out the door as far as physical media for quite some time. I don't think they really care about that because it doesn't fit their business model. I think they want to go more towards appliances and TVs and
sure.
big ticket items. But I think with the steelbooks, if you're worried about being able to get the steelbooks, I think what this does is it makes room for other people, other distributors like maybe Groove, um, Diabolic, Orbit, even Walmart is working
Yep.
on a deal to get Walmart is starting to stock steelbooks. So all those exclusives, they're going to end up somewhere.
Yes, for
And
sure.
you're still gonna get them. Studios are not gonna stop putting out something that sells just because Best Buy isn't going to sell it.
Yeah,
So it's just a matter of where's it gonna land.
yeah,
But
I
you will
agree.
still be able to get those exclusive steelbooks, and as a collector of steelbooks myself, I understand. But look around on sites like Orbit, Diabolic, look at the Walmart pages, things like that. They will start to show up, and you're even seeing that now where Walmart is carrying some of the same titles as Best Buy,
Yeah,
like the
and again,
RLJ ones.
Tim, if you haven't seen Tim Talks Talkie's video on it, he is a great, just kind of like hit the pause button. There's no need to freak out about this. So he did a great video on that, and he
Yeah.
himself is a collector of steelbooks,
Yeah,
and so
absolutely.
he has a great perspective on it. So if you haven't watched his video, definitely check that one out. Pam from the Video Game Movie Dome is here.
Hey, Pam.
Pam, I've mentioned the Video Game Movie Dome on my channel countless times. In the series The Five, there is like people who I just would love, love, love to have on. And Pam knows she has an open invitation to one day be on it because I think it'd be so fun to have her. She has a great collection herself, and then her store is just unbelievable. And she's opening her fourth location now, which is really
That's
cool.
awesome.
Which again,
Congratulations.
people who are kind of like freaked out about physical media dying, she's opening a fourth location. So yeah, there's
It's
lots
not
of places.
dying.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yep.
Pam, thank you so much for coming. Yeah, it's really fun. Mike D, the Rob Zombie audio commentary on Monsters Go Home is a fun
Cool.
listen.
Yeah, Monsters Go Home is fun.
Nice. Muckman movies. Favorite horror movie you have both watched this month? What do you think,
Uh,
Stephanie?
People on the chat already know this one. My
Um,
favorite one that I watched this month is Cure.
Cure.
Cure. You probably heard me talk about it, right, John?
Yes, yes.
A Japanese.
Yep.
This is a Japanese horror movie. Serial killer is or serial murders are happening, and they find out that the killers are people who have been hypnotized to kill, and on and on it goes. But if you want some good dark horror, I would go with Cure. So I'm sure Ryan already knows about this one, but it's also one to put on your list for Criterion, the upcoming maybe flash sale on Tuesday and the sale hopefully in November.
Yes.
This is Spine 1155 and it is from 1997, but it's a good one. It's in Japanese with English subtitles. So That's one of my favorites that I've
Off the list.
rewatched this month.
Muckman, this would be my favorite, and probably most people wouldn't put it in horror, but this would be.
That's in horror.
It's for me. It is, and not that I'm scared of it. It doesn't scare me at all. But I just find it fantastic. I enjoyed that the most. Um, yeah, so that's the one I enjoyed. I haven't watched anything crazy horror. The last like legit horror film I watched was when I watched Halloween. So that was a year ago.
Well, you saw Whatever Happened to Baby Jane too.
That's true. I love that film. Which,
Yeah, that
as I
and that
mentioned,
yeah,
there's some Funko Pops.
they have Funko Pops, and they actually I checked on IMDb, and Whatever Happened to Baby Jane is actually tagged as a horror movie.
Okay.
It's it's campy horror, but it is listed as horror.
Well, I watched some shark movies this month. Does that count? 47 Meters Down and
Anything that scares you.
The Meg. I wasn't
Anything
necessarily
that
scared by
scares you.
either of them, but I thought 47 Meters Down was a great idea. But
Executed poorly.
oh gosh, yeah, I was just like, I wanted them to get eaten. I was like, can
Yeah.
a shark please just take them out? Just, I'm done. Please. The
Get
idea
them
was
out of here.
brilliant. I was like so annoyed. And then when it happened, I was like, oh my gosh, what would I do in that situation? And I was so anxious. And then once we got into it, I was like, eat them, open the
Yeah.
can, open the cage, and just eat the
Yeah.
both of them.
Let them out. Let them make them bait.
I agree with steelbooks from Best Buy. I'm a huge steelbook
Yep.
collector. It was very fresh, and it was yeah. I've seen people
is.
open up the package. It looks pristine condition,
Yep.
and all of a sudden the spine literally falls off.
That's what happened to me with the one Megan. It looked fine. I opened it. It was scratched on the front, and I'm like, all right, well, it's a scratch. I can deal with that. I opened it up the first time. It was fine. I opened up the second time. It was in 3 pieces,
That's
and
crazy.
they don't take them back. So I think Pam should now become the exclusive rights
Hey,
for there we go for the
great
limited
idea.
edition steelbook. She can be the place.
Video game movie dome steelbook limited edition,
Exclusives.
exclusive video game movie dome. There you go.
Yeah,
Steph, that's a great idea.
absolutely. Yeah, and I think we need merch for that.
Well,
We'll put her in the merch store with Pickle.
absolutely. Steve, which criterions are high on your list for the next sale, John? Actually, Steve, we are going to talk about that. Stephanie and I have a bit of a format for tonight that we're obviously not sticking well to. I'll take
We're
ownership
doing
of that.
okay.
We're doing okay.
We're
But
doing all
Steve, we
right.
are going to talk through that because I'm really excited about the sale. I thought it was going to be good, but I'm not probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's coming up in a minute. T-Rex, I heart you, John. This is a good friend of mine, and I heart you right back, my friend.
Lovely.
Thanks for being here. It's hilarious.
Yeah, they do.
Amazon also has poor packaging. Yeah.
They do.
It's amazing. Sometimes they'll send the smallest thing in an enormous box with a zillion bubbles, and then they'll send the next one in this thin mailer and it gets annihilated.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
don't understand
totally.
why.
Yeah. It makes no sense.
Yeah. No, you should blame the Courier Canada. Post in Canada, for example, have received plenty of stuff from bubble mailers, no problem. Yeah,
I've gotten things
yeah,
in bubble mailers
me too.
that are okay. I just would not put a steelbook in a bubble mailer
Yeah,
ever. Ever. I would put it in a box. I
yeah.
even suggested to Best Buy when I had their customer service online.
Okay.
I think it was Tim who first floated the idea of give us the option of saying, "Hey, for a dollar or two, we'll pay extra to get a box."
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure it was Tim. He said,
That's a good idea.
let us pay extra." And I said, "We'd be happy to pay for that. I mean, we're already paying for things.
That's
I'd
true.
be happy to pay to know that my item is going to show up in one piece, not
Yeah.
3."
Yep.
But
Absolutely.
I'm glad that they're out of the game, honestly.
Same. Always buying
Yep.
several copies to get a good one. I just hear
Yep.
so many people say that in their videos. I bought 3 in hopes to get 1.
That's what Tony, Basement Blues, he does it every single time.
Walmart is 90% DVD. It is
That's gonna
nine.
change, though. They
Yeah.
made a deal. They made a business deal
Oh, really?
a few months ago. Dave and I talked about it. If Dave is still here, I don't know if he's still here, but I forget the name of the company. They made a deal, and this is way before the Best Buy announcement. to get exclusive rights for Blu-rays and steelbooks coming out.
Wow, that's
So
great.
that was announced before this whole thing that came out this week. This was we probably talked about it 2 months ago on the stream, and if people were on the stream, they remember us talking about it, and I just don't remember the name of the company, but
Yeah.
it's happening. Jeff at Films at Home even talked. He did a whole video on it. It's coming.
Tidbit: Best Buy paid for those exclusives, so it's going to be another company footing the risk to carry them, as often many titles underperform and have to liquidate them in the past for $5. I'm actually wondering if Best Buy is getting out by the first quarter. I'm wondering if they're going to have some, like, if that'll be a part of like sales during this Black Friday, if they're just going to want to try
Could
to
be.
dump everything and get rid of everything.
Liquidate.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's going to happen.
It could be a good,
Plaques to the
oh,
cheapest man in movie collecting. I love a good deal. I love thrifting. I love pallet sales. I love yard sales. I'm always
I would
down
say that, maybe John is one of the smartest guys
for it.
because I know myself that I am very envious of John's ability to hunt and to find amazing things within a practical budget. I am so in awe of that.
I
And
enjoy it.
I think you show great restraint. And I think it's something no, but seriously, I think that you're not an impulsive guy when it comes to,
Right.
"I have to have this day one." You will wait.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think I think that's so cool. I
Well,
just think it's cool.
I just look at it and go, I know I can buy a bunch of movies for that
Yeah.
price. So, and
Yeah.
it's wild how you will find stuff like library sales. I know Cinema Dave has found piles of Criterion.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing what you can find. I found a sealed copy of the Karate Kid 4K set for
Yeah.
$2 at a yard sale.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing what you can find out there, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boutique physical media is too expensive with one disc and no digital codes. I do struggle with that sometimes when there's no digital code. There's some I'm cool with. Like Criterion, I'm cool with that, but there are some that I'm like, "Oh, man, it'd be great to have a." But I wonder, it's gotta cost them, doesn't it, too? Like, for them to have the rights to do the digital in addition to the physical? I
It
wonder if it
might. I
costs them
mean,
more.
I don't know. Uh, Pam, being in that business, she might know better than I would, but, I don't know. It seems like now the new thing is, like with Barbie,
Mhm.
you're getting the 4K and the digital, or you're getting
Yes,
Blu-ray and digital. So now they've kind of been splitting up the sets. I am a fan of having both formats in one release,
I
especially if
agree.
it's a new release,
Yeah,
not a re-release.
yeah,
Because on a re-release, you assume that maybe you already have the Blu-ray or the digital or the DVD.
yeah,
But I think for the new releases, I think for the prices they're charging, I think they should include at least a Blu-ray and a DVD, or a 4K and a Blu-ray.
yeah.
And
I'm
the digital is always nice. I don't know why some of the boutique titles don't carry the digital, but like I can tell you that Blood and Black Lace that I showed, the
Mhm.
Arrow, that's the first edition that comes out. Now, if you really want that, wait a few months and I'll show you. They will release it as what they call, and anybody who buys boutiques already knows this. They'll release just this. It'll be the standard release,
Okay.
and it's a lot more affordable.
Yeah,
You're just not getting the box and the book. So if you don't care about the box and the book, hang out and wait.
yeah,
Or go to some place like Video Game Movie Dome where she gets these in. Maybe somebody watched it and didn't feel they needed to keep it.
yeah, true.
So you have to look around because, I've seen people go and what they get from her place. And a lot of them, it's in great shape.
Yeah,
And maybe they watched it once and it just didn't make the shelf. So, it
yeah,
ends up at a place like that.
true.
So
Yeah,
you do have to be patient and hunt around if you're working within any kind of budget.
sure,
It's not a
definitely.
bad thing to do. It's not a it's a an admirable trait, I is my point.
You get to pay for often on couriers and what they can pay for a unionized workforce.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
I don't know. Cure is a great one, Steph. I
Yeah.
have the Eureka release.
Yeah, for a long time, that was, like, the only one you could get. It was such a big deal when Criterion announced that because it was so hard to get. Like, I
Mm,
don't think there was a region A.
okay,
It was a tough one to get, but it's well worth having.
cool. With Best Buy out of the game, I predict less sales from major competition to Amazon, which was matching Best Buy prices. Leading sales being matched. I heard they did matching. I didn't know they did matching. I do price matching at Target all the time because they'll match with Amazon. I've
Yeah.
gotten some good deals there.
Yeah.
50 sci-fi is definitely horror. Thank you. Those poor
Yes.
kids back then had some fun nightmares for days. You know what? I will say, so in the Invasion of the Body Snatchers, comparing that with just the film Invasions, I thought I'll mention the video, the upcoming video, but I just thought the horror was more so in the older film because it was implied and not just like in your face kind of a thing. I actually thought the implied horror was greater. So
Right.
I enjoyed that more personally, but
Well, I mean, how many times did we say that horror is like 75% what's in your head
yeah, for sure.
versus what's on the screen?
Yeah,
And I told you, as a person with anxiety, because you were surprised that with my level of anxiety that I would watch horror.
right.
And I said, because it's a safe way to kind of conquer your fear, and
Right.
like it's never as bad as what's in my head.
That was the most to this day, the most interesting answer I've ever heard. So, like, why you be into horror? And I remember you telling me that, and I had to like spend time thinking about it. And I totally get it what you're saying.
Yeah.
But it is such an interesting answer. Yeah, so interesting. Great film, John. I love the 78 remake of
Yep.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I have not seen that. I haven't seen that. So
It's a
maybe I'll
good
check
one.
that one out too.
Yeah.
Also with Steelbook exclusive, Best Buy had some of the largest print run in the country, even sending to stores for purchase, as well as pre-orders. Again, I don't have a ton of experience in the Best Buy.
Yeah.
Um, buy Best Buy out of the physical media picture, less competition, which means higher prices. Certainly hope there's not. I really enjoyed this. Should do more, John. Stephanie crushes the live experience too. Stephanie is the master. She's a great friend, and yeah, I've learned a ton from Stephanie, Chris. So watch all of her channel. Great
We're
content.
floating together, John.
FYE, Sunrise Records, HMV, all pretty much the only major brick and mortar that should be supported by collectors. That is in the United States, Canada. I remember growing up around an HMV, loving it, and I don't have one near me now, but I've grown up with them. I loved them. Invasion of the Body Snatchers would make a fantastic double bill with The Thing in terms of paranoia they both create. Haven't seen The Thing either. Distribution. Steelbook should get a Bubble
Yep.
Miller inside a box. Yes, I agree, T.
Yep.
T-Rex here is an old friend, a long time,
Cool.
over 20 years. And just recently we got to reconnect and found out he is a physical media collector and is building on his own an amazing home theater system, like
Wow.
sound, everything. And so we need to
Wow.
hang out. We're hopefully going to hang out sometime soon, and I'll be able to see a movie at his place sometime. But yeah, it was really fun to reconnect and find out he's collecting. And yeah, we had no idea each other was both collecting. So
That's so cool.
yeah. Walmart won't change, in my opinion, because DVDs are physical media's bestseller last 25 years. They're definitely a great high seller. Depends on how much time he is spending hunting. So I actually find driving around in the car
Yeah.
is how I relax. I
Yep.
enjoy driving. I get to listen to podcasts, listen to music. So for me, it's just a really enjoyable time. I don't take time away from my family to do it. That's when I need just time for me to do it. That's when I do it.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah. All right, here we go. David. Hi, John.
David.
Check out, say hi. Congrats on 1K. David, if you hadn't heard, we called you out
Yeah. For being awesome.
for being awesome and your influence on our lives and our movie collecting.
And you're part of the Enabler Project.
Yes, I even messaged David yesterday and showed him the photo of the film I bought because of his Instagram post.
That's awesome.
So he should be getting a cut from that.
He should be. All the companies should put him on retainer. I often ask Nathan if he's on retainer because he's always like, I'm like, should I buy this? Do it. That's all he says. Do it. I'm like, there's no talking him. He doesn't even try to talk me down.
That's hilarious.
James.
Man, friends. James is an amazing channel,
Yep.
just posting awesome Criterion content all the time. Yeah, with upcoming sales, check out 20th and 21st movies because you're going to get some great recommendations for upcoming sales.
And James has a great horror collection he's been sharing too.
Yes. Yes.
He's been showing some cool horror. I've been enjoying those.
I love watching the videos with amazing
Me
deals
too.
done. You know what? I enjoy watch. That's one of the things that I loved when I came across one of the first channels was Rick from Down to Movie because he's always finding really, really cool stuff. And for
Yep.
me, it's just so fun seeing what people found. I'm going to trade a few more of these, and then we get a Stephanie. We are falling behind, but we're having fun with the chat, so it's
Yeah,
all
I
good.
told you the chat takes over.
Canada is a precursor to competition. Amazon has taken over many spots of video games and movies. City Boutique, a few rental stores which have e-merch stores. King of the Bargain. I'll tell you, have Cheetah will view find some amazing library sales constantly. I'm all
Yeah.
very envious of his stuff. Best Buy in-store pickups was great because you can choose your steelbook for less damage.
Yeah. They cut that out though a while ago at mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I knew something was coming when they stopped with the in-store pickup at my store.
Oh, okay.
Bargain King.
Bargain Herald, if you are a Canadian, you'll understand that joke. And that's hilarious to me. And it doesn't surprise me that my brother sent that. It's very funny. Bargain Herald was a store that we grew up with as kids. It was like, it had a really funny logo, but it's kind of like your General Dollar Store kind of a store. You can buy clothes
Mhm.
at it and everything. So that was a Canadian reference. Congratulations. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Boutique Media rarely has new movie releases.
Not true.
There we go. There's one.
There's one, and it's a killer. It's awesome.
Jonathan is mighty for sure. It is so fun doing that. All right, I'm going to jump out of here for 1 sec. Stephanie, I'll mention a couple more titles that I've been enjoying.
All right.
Going back with classic television, Bewitched.
Love
This
it.
is one of my all-time favorites. This is one I watch at nighttime as well. Throw this on, and I just have the biggest smile on my face the entire time. I absolutely love this. And then the last one I'll mention for stuff that I'm enjoying. I mentioned to you, I haven't put the video up. I recorded it like a month ago, but
Yep.
on Facebook Marketplace, I found this for I think it was like $2 or $3, season 1 and season 2 of Stranger Things. So this one I knew was set around the time of Halloween. So I did
Yep.
save this for the month of October and watch this, and I actually really did enjoy this one. None of the other ones, I believe, have physical releases, 3 and 4, but
Yep.
I've enjoyed 1 and 2. I thought they were pretty good. Yeah,
And the
so that's
kids,
what
the kids are now 47 years old. So
they all have their own families.
yeah,
They're looking
they
at
have their
retirement.
families.
Yeah, they're all some of them looking at
Yep.
retirement at this point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anything else that you've enjoyed so far in this spooky season?
I pretty much well, I just flashed. I mean, everybody from the chat knew that one already. Yesterday, that
Right.
talked to me. They love that I am dying to get myself one of those hands, but
Right.
I just
Yes.
I not yet. The A24 wants $110 for the hand,
That
and
is.
it's on back order.
You know what? I saw you guys talking about that,
The
and
hand.
I was at like Michael's and
Yeah.
the craft store, and there was this hand that looked very similar, but it's just a Halloween hand. And I was like, I guess you could get that one, but it was like, $3. But if you want the legit one, that's crazy. That's what,
I don't want. I'm
$100?
not going to spend $110 on a hand. I'll make a mold
Crazy.
of my own hand at some point, and then I'll put it in my merch store with pickle approval
That's
on it.
true. Pickle approved.
Pickle
Pickle
approved
approved.
merch hand.
What about some films that you maybe haven't enjoyed? Some stuff you've watched this month, and you can just rip through your pile if you want, and then
Okay.
I'll share mine, and then and then we can start talking Criterion because some people are waiting on Criterion,
Okay.
so we can chat Criterion.
All right.
Yeah.
Dave and I just talked about this. The remake of Carrie.
Okay.
Not crazy about it. Special effects were not great. The special
Okay.
effects in the 70s original were so much better, the practical effects.
Wow.
This was overacted, and it just felt like it's almost a shot for shot remake that didn't need to happen. And it's not terrible. It's just the first one's iconic. So
Okay.
stick with the original.
I have seen that. For those of you wondering if I've watched any horror, I have watched the original.
This one, I had seen it before, and it came in as a review title, and it really bothered me watching this one this time, and I don't think I'll watch it again. And it's the Last House on the Left,
Okay.
And if anyone has seen it, you know why. It's a lot of violence towards women in a way that we can't say on a
Okay.
monetized channel, but it's not pretty. And I don't. I think my tastes are changing, and I don't think I can stomach things the way I used to. And this really, it was very unsettling for me, and I don't think I'll watch it again. I know I won't watch it again. And one more, which this one is kind of in the middle for me. It was very, 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 very overhyped, which is I think part of the problem. It wasn't bad, it just didn't live up to that bar that they set way so high. It's called Tunnel,
Okay.
and, it's a found footage, and it takes place in Australia, and it's a group of people going into the tunnels underneath the train station because the government wants to they wanna recycle water because there's some kind of water issue, I guess drinking water issue, and I didn't think this was bad. It was just it was so, so, so overhyped, and I was like, it's a typical found footage, not as shaky cam as Blair Witch, so it's not gonna give you that same, like, you feel like you're on a boat in the middle of the ocean type of thing. It's not that bad. It just it didn't live up to the hype, but it doesn't mean it was bad. I would say if you're interested in it, check it out. Umbrella released
Okay.
it. So it says region B, but it's all region. Any Umbrella film will play in any player. They're always all region. But if you like found footage, you might like this. I feel like the hype was just the bar was set way too high.
Okay.
But it wasn't horrible. It just didn't live up to that level.
Gotcha.
So those are my really I'm pretty aware of what I'm watching usually
Mhm.
this month. Um, but Last House on the Left, really, I was a little shaken by it this time.
Hmm.
But I'm getting older. I'm changing.
Yeah,
Things
there
bother me now.
yeah. I think for sure the older I get, the more things bother me at like your like a soul level
A
that
visceral level.
yeah, that maybe didn't
Yeah.
before, but now it's like, I don't want that. Yeah.
Yeah. There's some things that are in my purge pile that I was even surprised ended up in my
Okay.
purge pile because I'm
Wow.
like, I don't want to watch that. I don't it doesn't appeal to me anymore. And
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why we curate,
Absolutely. I love curating.
right? I mean, yeah, like Dave says, keep your collection moving.
Mine, I literally spend time in it every week,
Yeah.
adding or pulling titles every single
Yeah.
week I do.
Yeah.
So for me, some titles that have disappointed me, one that I was really, really excited about. It was my very first, I've already told you this, definitely my very first Vinegar Syndrome title, and it is Flesh and Fantasy. This is a 1943 film, and it's kind of done in three stages or stories in the film. And I was really into the first one, and then I started fading away. I am going to give this another shot though, um,
Mhm.
because I might have just been too late. It might have been the time of day. It might have been just the day I had had. But the first one was really cool, really interesting story. So I'm going to give
Mhm.
this another shot because it's a time I love the 30s and 40s. I love the cast that you have in here. You have so many incredible actors and actresses in here. Charles Boyer is in here, Edward G. Robinson, Barbara Stanwyck. So there's everything about this I thought I would love, and I didn't love. So I'm going to give it another shot, and
Yeah.
hopefully you'll enjoy it. This one is not scary. It's comedy, and I was bored out of my mind. It's Abbott and Costello Meet the Invisible Man.
Uh-huh.
I watched years ago that they meet Frankenstein, and I just couldn't get into their comedy. And again, I love black and white films, comedy, old school stuff. And I watched this one and I struggled with this too. And I think it's just their humor. I don't think I get in. Yeah, I think I struggle with their humor.
It just didn't hit for you.
No, I just think that
That's
I love
okay.
I love some slapstick, but I think theirs, for whatever reason, I just don't seem to connect with.
Yeah.
So I may or may not try that one again. I may just move that along into the collection. And the last one would be thriller. It's Hitchcock, so I'm going to count that as um, Halloween spooky season watch. And some of
Right.
you may be offended that I didn't love this movie. I could not stay awake. I was in and out of consciousness the entire time, and it's Vertigo. And I absolutely love James Stewart. I have a huge collection of his films, love it, and I like Hitchcock. And I struggled with this one. Maybe I'll attempt this one again because this is so highly regarded, one of the greatest films. but I was watching it and I told Stephanie, I was Googling, why is this rated ranked so highly and loved so dearly, while I was watching it? Because I felt like I must be missing something. Everybody else is seeing something that I'm missing. And so anyway, those are my three that I would say I struggled with
Yeah.
so far.
But you know what? You gave him a try.
I did. And I'll keep trying.
Yeah.
I'll keep trying. Physical media licensing might be up for grabs. Boutique labels for new releases as studios stop printing them. Yeah, there's a lot of just like business stuff right now that's an interesting situation with all these labels and stores.
Yeah,
Price
Mary is exactly right.
going up regardless of Best Buy. Yeah, it
Yeah.
comes down to corporate greed. Yeah.
Yep.
Pam, the video game movie dome. I agree. They should include a Blu-ray and
Yep.
DVD or 4K and Blu-ray, especially with 4K Blu-ray sets. I feel Blu-rays consistent. Yeah, I agree. And for me, I have more Blu-ray players. I only have one 4K player. And I, speaking of being thrifty, I picked that one up off on Facebook Marketplace for $10 in new condition, but it's an older one. It may just die on me, and I may not run out and buy a 4K player right away. So I'd rather have everything at least on Blu-ray.
I have always said I think Blu-ray is the sweet spot.
I agree. I love, yeah,
I don't think Blu-ray is I mean, I Blu-ray players, I think we're gonna always be able to find something.
yeah,
I don't know that I don't know that I can I don't know. I mean, I'm not in that business, but I don't feel like I can with full confidence say, "Oh, you'll always be able to find a 4K player," because I don't know.
yeah,
You know, I
yep,
don't know. Yeah, can we still find VCRs? Yeah. Can we still find DVD players? Yeah. Blu-ray players? Yeah. I just see a lot of, right now with the 4K players too, they're they're still very, very expensive.
crazy expensive. Yeah,
So I always keep my Blu-ray copy,
yep,
always, because I think it's gonna be in it for the long haul.
for sure. T-Rex, my brother's also friends.
Huh.
Bedtime here. Nice to pop in and have a quick chat with you both. Thanks so much, Muckman, for coming in. Thanks for the congratulations. I love your channel, and I'm so glad that you're putting out content. And yeah, very much appreciate it. Pam, in answering your other comment, yes, I get people that trade in new releases because of three
Yeah.
reasons. They didn't like the film, they got the film as a gift, and they already had it, and they didn't want it. Yeah, another thing.
See,
Oh,
that's great.
and third, they bought it from Walmart or somewhere just to buy the digital code and
Yep.
then trade in the physical movie. The other thing that Pam has found some great movies for me too. Again, if you want to find films a little bit cheaper, sometimes people have come into this to the video game movie dome, and they thought, like sometimes with Criterion, that they bought a DVD version and they bought a Blu-ray version, and so they
Okay.
prefer the DVD, and so they get rid of the Blu-ray because they love DVDs. So I found stuff there.
I have containers that I could take to Pam. Well, after my purge that I just did,
Uh-huh.
we could fill her new store.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
If you want them,
Retail
Pam, they're yours.
theft. Retail theft regarding new releases being traded in. I've actually bought from pallet sales new sealed movies that had the
Yeah.
digital codes missing because people just kind of slit the side, pulled the code.
Yeah, they do it.
What was your last 2003 physical media pickup?
I don't know. Barbie.
Barbie. Yeah, same. Any hint water tonight?
Yes. Every live stream we do a hint, and we are still on the crisp apple because we're still
Okay.
in fall, and hint doesn't have a pumpkin flavor, so this is lovely. Even on a nice autumn night like tonight where it's a little rainy, hint is always a way to quench your thirst in a healthy way. And as
Oh,
on our other streams, I just want to say that this video is not
oh.
sponsored by Hint because they categorically deny me every time I apply for sponsorship. Thank you.
Not only first, well done. Uh, two, you should get a sponsorship for how you do your not sponsorships. Uh,
Yes.
three, I lost it laughing because of the word, but I laughed even harder because of how hard you were laughing when Dave used the word categorically denied.
Yes, categorically denied.
I was laughing at that, but watching you lost it in that live stream, and I was crying, laughing so hard because that was such a funny word to use in that situation.
Do you know that I have even planted Hint bottles in videos? When, like, I'm doing collection things,
That's
I'll
so good.
plant a Hint bottle on the shelf so that it's even there. Product placement.
It's amazing. Well
I will
done.
do anything to get a Hint sponsorship. I will sell my soul.
You deserve that sponsorship.
Yes,
Congrats on 1K. Thank you so much.
absolutely.
Super kind of you. That's a Lionsgate, not a boutique.
Okay.
Okay. Elizabeth Montgomery is beautiful. Also appeared in Twilight Zone as well. I think she's great. I love that show, Bewitched. So so good. Huge fan. I don't. What season, if you know, of the Twilight Zone? Was it because there's a movie? Isn't there a Twilight Zone movie? I wonder if it was in the show. Anyway, if it's in the show, let me know. Please do your homework correctly. Hi,
Hi.
CS Junior. Steve, it makes sense that you're Canadian. I thought all along you're way too nice to be American. Not trying to start anything. I'm American. I'm the worst Canadian in that I grew up asking my parents, why wasn't I born in America? Because I just wanted to live here my entire life. So I spent half my life in Canada, half my life in the US, and I do love it here.
You're still a super nice guy, though.
I try to be.
You are. Oh,
I think
God.
Lionsgate is kind of a boutique, regionally available in Canada. We're actually going to talk. Actually, I'm going to talk about Canada in a second here. My brother launching some Canadian flags. Lionsgate is a studio release. Here we go. Cinema Dave. I have to head out, but really enjoyed the live stream.
Thanks,
Congratulations,
Dave.
again. Dave. We mentioned you quite a few times. Love your channel.
Categorically denied.
Love your channel. Love your live streams. Thanks so much.
Oh, can we stop with it? Oh.
A24,
Oh,
Lionsgate,
here we
Physical
go.
Media kind of boutique. It's only regionally available. Studio release put out by
Okay.
A24. A24, I just recently saw. There's a new trailer I just saw for A24. I don't remember what it was, but I know you don't watch trailers, and you. I wish I didn't
I
because.
watched them after.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like, if I watch the movie, I'll watch the trailer to see, I am still because
Okay,
people will reference the trailer, so I kinda wanna be able to have that conversation if they want to.
yeah, cool.
But I just don't watch it before because,
It's the wise thing to do.
sometimes they give away too much. Not always, but
Absolutely, they do.
sometimes.
Well, friends, I'm going to actually jump. We're going to do Barnes and Noble Criterion sale, but I'm going to jump to this real quick. Cinema inspired, Alex. So I mentioned I'm going to launch a new series on the channel, and it actually is going to be about Canadian collectors. And Alex, Cinema Inspired, is going to be my very first guest. So
Awesome.
there's the announcement on that. I'm really excited. If you've never checked out Alex's channel, check him out. Subscribe to his channel. I really enjoy his stuff. He recently went to a thrift store and found, I think someone dumped an enormous Disney Blu-ray collection at a thrift store, and I was stunned with what he picked up recently.
Wow.
But he's a really, really cool guy. I really love his channel. He's a big Criterion fan, great Criterion content on his channel. He also has tipped me off to some movies that I ended up buying because I watched his channel. So
Cool.
be cautious watching his channel because you're going to buy stuff. Really cool guy. So Cinema Inspired is going to be my very first guest on my new series about Canadian collectors. So fellow Canadian, I'm excited about that.
Awesome. Looking
Yeah,
forward to it.
it's going to be fun. I have, I think, 5 Canadians lined up to be in that series. So it's going to be fun.
That's awesome. I'm
Yeah.
so looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. Last new 4K UHD player was manufactured in 2018. Mike D. Pam could put up Stephanie's pick section. That would be a great section. Great section. Fun players. What that is. I will welcome them with open arms. Definitely, definitely. Never say
I'm
no to
not
social
I'm
media.
not far from you, Pam. I'm gonna make that. I told John I'm gonna make the drive. I think I'm only about an hour and a half away.
Oh, really? There's a
Yeah,
few people I've
I'm
talked to
not
about
far.
potentially connecting there at Pam's, and we could do a physical media conference at Pam's. I think it'd be great.
I think it'd be great. And we can have hot dogs at the flea market.
Absolutely. My motto
Physical
for
media
meetings,
conference.
keeping it physical. There you go, Pam. Do the keeping it physical meet conference at the Video Game Movie Dome. There are
I
so
love
many
it.
people that are in like not that far of a radius from where she's at. So it
Yeah.
would be a ton of
It'd
fun.
be an awesome meetup.
It would be. Hint, I got to slam one of those. Where do I find it? And can I be your Hint sponsorship campaign street team?
Yes.
My brother,
Yes. I'm putting you on the street team. You can I order them direct from Hint. You can get them at Whole Foods and Amazon. Thank you.
yeah.
I am so hint prepared.
They should have, in that moment, sent you a new case because of that
I
advertisement.
know. I can tell you where to buy them. I can tell you what my favorite flavors are. My favorite flavors are pineapple and watermelon separately.
That's hilarious.
Yep. I'm getting
Uh,
that sponsorship.
Diablo clones seem to pop up every couple of years.
Yeah.
Congratulations, caveman. Can't stay because I'm in a stream. Have fun in the stream you're in. Can I
All
have a good
right.
listen? Thanks so much for the kind words. My pawn shops will be screwed for product if Target and Best Buy go out of media sales. What will happen to the? Oh, what will the shoplifters do now for cash?
Oh boy.
Um, I actually, the pawn shop nearest me is closing down.
Is
So they
it?
haven't carried much from physical media in a while, but they're closing down.
That sucks.
Yeah. How's your Criterion replacement discs? Everything went great. Uh, while I was bummed that I had two purchases in a row that weren't great, Criterion was unbelievable. And Stephanie's actually the one who tipped me off to it. They were amazing at replacing those. It was so fast. They were really kind, courteous. It was like, I mentioned this in the video I did on it. If you, whatever you want for like the best customer service is exactly what I got. It was great.
Yep.
Criterion replacement disc scratch free. Absolutely. They were great.
Yep.
Congrats on 1K. Thank you so much. Now a non-residing Canadian, but with
Oh,
so many Canadians on this chat, I'm getting homesick. Well, Altez, you know what? I'm a non-residing Canadian, so you should be on the. We'll do. You need to be in the series, my friend. It'd
yeah.
be
You're
so
with
fun to have.
friends here.
Absolutely, it'd be so fun to have a conversation. So yeah, Altez, we're going to work this out. I'm not sure if you're on Instagram or not, but we need to connect and make this happen. Friends, Stephanie, want to jump to Barnes and Noble
Yeah, sure.
about any? So hopefully, a sale's coming up. The Barnes and Noble 50% sale. It usually happens before Christmas. I'm looking forward to it if it happens. And is there any titles that you're excited about? Either newer ones being released or maybe old ones you haven't picked up yet that you would like to have in the collection?
Uh, the ones that I'm most excited about that I haven't picked up are the newer ones, like the
Yeah.
others,
Oh, that's right.
freaks, freaks. I'm looking forward to. Uh, I pre-ordered Nanny, but I think I might cancel that pre-order and see if I can get it on sale.
Okay.
And also I am very excited for Guillermo del Toro's
Yeah.
Pinocchio.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll be part of the sale because I think that's a December title, but I'm super stoked for that release because I am one of the people who really, really did enjoy that one.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I made some recommendations on the chat yesterday, but some of the ones that I would just off the top of my head, John, Sound of Metal.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say that's a go.
Yeah.
Um, Cure, of course, is another one. Another one that I really liked, Jane Campion's Power of the Dog. I know some people thought this was a little bit slow, but like I said in the chat yesterday, it's more of a slow build to it's all about the ending.
Okay.
And you just have to be patient with it. But I think it's great, great acting, beautiful cinematography. And I'm a huge Jane Campion fan. And what else? Classic noir, Leave Her to Heaven.
Okay.
You have this one, John?
I don't have that one, and I watched a video someone made on it, and then you told me a lot about it.
Dave turned me on to this.
Yes, I saw him talk about it. I absolutely need to pick that up.
Yeah, this is so, so good. And like Dave said, don't watch the special features first because there are spoilers in it in the
Okay.
review. But this scene is so important. And when you see it, you'll know it's so good. It's classic noir. It's great for Noirvember.
Yes. Oh,
And
it's so much.
I'm
That's a
trying to
film like so I did really good. My Criterion wish list just balloons and balloons, and then I get really strict with myself and go, "You know what? You don't need all these films." And I whittle it way down, and then I
yep.
watch Cinema Dave, I watch you, I watch Nathan, I watch David, and then it just balloons up, and that's one of the ones that came back onto the list.
I guess my last one would be Coen Brothers film Inside Llewyn Davis,
I need to see that too. Dang it,
which
Stephanie.
as a music guy,
Yeah,
John, you definitely will appreciate this one. It's really, really it's good.
I do need to.
So that's just like a quick run through because I know we're behind, but those would be my what I'm most looking forward to, and then things that are already out in the collection. And then of course anything with Denzel Washington because they put a slew of
Yeah,
Denzel Malcolm X, Devil in a Blue Dress, Mississippi Masala, all those. Can't go wrong with any of them.
I remember when you and I were talking about that, about I think when that first was because Malcolm X was first out of those 3, correct?
I believe so, yes.
I remember you and I talking about it, and you even saying, "Man, it'd be great if they added more Denzel," and then
And
all of
they
a sudden it was
did.
one more and one more, so that would be
Yeah.
great to have more of his.
Yeah, and like, I recently watched Mississippi Masala, that was really good. It was a Denzel movie I had not seen.
Okay,
That was good, and, Devil in a Blue Dress is great. Can't go wrong
nice.
with any of them. What are you looking forward to?
Similar to you, that Todd Browning's, Sideshow Shockers,
Mhm, mhm.
I have a DVD copy of Freaks, and, um, that film, it was one of the most unique films I've ever seen, and it's not like it doesn't scare you, but it is intense, like, and
Freaky.
very and also really, like, heartbreaking too.
Yeah.
And the end is again, it's not terrifying in that you're, like, confronted with just a ton of gore, but you're
Right.
confronted with something that's pretty intense, like, if you thought about the reality of it happening.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
again, it's what's in your head that you're seeing and thinking is happening, and that
Exactly.
ending is oh, man, they did such a great job of you even though you might think that this is what's going on is wrong, there's a part of you that's like, "Well, it kinda feels like justice too."
Yep.
Um, so it's such a great film, so I can't even imagine what the Blu-ray is gonna look like. I hope it's such a great thing, and I hope the special features, are significant on that too, and it looks like there are some pretty good ones on that.
Yeah.
So that's, there for me, and, yeah, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, I would love that. Hopefully, that one maybe you can pre-order on sale,
Maybe, yeah, that would be
soon,
nice.
and then The
Sometimes
Trial.
they do that. Which one?
Yes, they do. The
Oh, The
Trial?
Trial, yeah.
Yeah, Orson Welles, 1962. I recently watched, Psycho for the first time, and that's the same main actor in that film.
Cool.
So I am looking forward to that one. And then there are some holes in the collection that I'll probably jump back into. David, actually, Film Collector Archive, he recommended a long time ago, and I haven't got it yet, but it's always on my list, is the Carnival of Souls.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So that one I do need to fill in that hole.
Yep.
Harold Lloyd, or what is it? Norman Lloyd?
Norman Lloyd.
Norman Lloyd.
Yep. Norman Lloyd films.
Speedy's my last one I need to pick up, so that's one
Yep.
I'll pick up. You're a huge Betty Davis fan,
Oh,
so
yeah.
now Voyager, and that's the last one of hers I need to pick up on the
Cool.
collection. And then, one that I just had forgotten about, but I've noticed in the last sale, and I didn't grab it, so maybe this time around, is The Thin Red Line, is one
Okay.
that I think I might wanna pick up too,
Okay.
so those are the, what is there? 7, there's 1 box set. I've never picked up a box set, so I think it'll be fun to get a box set this time. So, yeah,
And there
that's
could be I mean, I know Dave said yesterday because Dave, subscribes to the Criterion Channel.
right.
So, he said that he got an email over the weekend with a coupon, so that kinda hints, that there could possibly be a flash sale Tuesday.
Okay.
Um, and also a few people in the chat mentioned that they're seeing some price reductions on Amazon, which is usually an indicator that a flash sale or a sale is coming. So we could get a flash sale this week, and then hopefully the full November sale will happen. So that would be great.
That would be great.
So lots to look forward to there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is another one of the reasons why I'm just like,
Oh,
I
look
don't
who
I
just showed up at 8:28. Kellyanne.
Uh, see, this is one of the reasons why I don't feel that nervous about physical media. I'm like, there's so many amazing films coming out from
Oh,
so many
it's
great labels.
endless.
I feel great. I feel
Yeah.
confident. Have to leave, unfortunately. I really enjoyed the live stream. Have a great night, John and Stephanie. And again, congratulations. Thanks so much,
Awesome,
Pam.
Pam.
Again, friends, check out the Video Game Movie Dome. One of my all-time favorite places to get movies from. And Pam is just one of the coolest. I will go there and spend like 3 hours looking at movies and talking movies with Pam.
I'm gonna
She's
make the
so
trip.
fun. You need to do it. It'll be
Yeah.
so fun.
Yep.
And yeah, got to do it. Chris Stevens, I heart you too. I have never seen Freaks, but looking forward to the upcoming release. I highly
You'll
recommend.
dig it, Mike.
So good, so good. Always hearting you. Yeah, Kelly.
Kellyanne. Who's this gal?
Thank you, Kelly. I very much appreciate it.
She's the pickle whisperer.
Pickle Whisperer. That's why Pickle's chill right now.
That pickle is chill because she probably has full attention.
Thank you so much, Kelly.
Yeah.
Senator Altez, John, do you already have Histories Made at Night? Absolutely, I do.
Of
Gene
course,
Arthur.
yeah.
I haven't picked it up yet. It's really, really great. The only Kino has I forget it off the top of my head right now. Kino has a release that was supposed to be coming out this year, but it looks like it keeps getting bumped back. And it's 2 or 3 films, and Gene Arthur is in those. And I think that is the only thing released that I don't own of Gene Arthur's because I'm a bit of a fanboy of hers. So, yeah, the Philo Vance collection, the Canary Murder Case and the Green Murder Case.
Mm.
Kino's putting that out. So I do have that. History's Made at Night, and Made at Night is wonderful. It's like 6 different genres of film all in one. It's really great. Mike D. George Felterstein from Warner Archive worked on the Freaks restoration. He
Oh,
got prints
wow.
on the extras. Really, that's really cool.
Nice.
I am
Good to
so
know.
excited about that release. I cannot wait to
Married
see
with
it.
Media. There
Thank you
they
so
are.
much. Absolutely. Thanks so much for coming, and thanks for the kind words. Yeah. Stephanie, we've talked about a
John.
lot. We've announced the new series. We said thank you. Do you want to give stuff away?
Let's give stuff away. Let's be nice now that we've riled everyone up.
Oh, wait. No, I have one more question for you, and then we'll
Oh,
do the giveaway.
what's your question, John?
Do you have anything you watch traditionally on Halloween night? Do you have something you watch? Do you switch it up every year? What do you typically do Halloween night for movies? Or do you watch a movie
Halloween,
on Halloween night?
you know, it's Halloween 78.
Hey, there you go.
It's the OG. It's Halloween 78. Although this year, I think I am going to add to this. It's going to be a double feature, this and Halloween 2018.
Okay, double feature.
Because 2018 is supposed to take place right at the end of this. So I'm going to see how they go back to back.
Yeah,
I've never watched them back to back.
cool. That's a
So
cool idea.
I want, and that's my favorite one of the new trilogy. So that'll be that. And you always, no matter what your blood pressure is, you must eat pizza on Halloween. You must eat pizza.
You just tell your doctor, sorry, there's not really an option here.
Well, I'm going to the doctor Monday to get my blood pressure checked. So then I'm clear for 3 months. So I can have pizza.
Exactly how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So what do you do for Halloween besides trick or treat?
Besides trick or treat, I still trick or treat. Yeah, as long as the mask's on, they just think I'm a big kid.
Are you a candy clipper? You know you are.
I eat candy. Candy is I'm like Elf from the movie Elf. Will Ferrell. It's my favorite food group. I love sugar so much.
Does your daughter have to lock down her candy to keep you away from it?
I just eat everything. It just if
Good for
If
you.
it's in the house, I eat it, and it's not good for me, and I try not to, and I'll go great stretches where I don't, and then I just go nuts. And yeah, I try.
And that's it.
I try. But I do watch one film every single year, and I know it'll be a shocking thing to hear, but it is a black and white film from the 30s, and it's Frankenstein. Every
That's
single year,
awesome.
I watch
Awesome.
Frankenstein. And I love this edition, this release. I did get the Frankenstein box set with all the other Frankenstein films, but I watch this one every year. And the 4K, I still haven't decided. I've had a few people say it's pretty good. No one said it's like just unbelievable. You have to have it. It's like $14, so it's pretty cheap. So I might pick it up, but I'm a huge Frankenstein fan, but this is every single year for me.
And I have to say, if you guys haven't watched John's Frankenstein collection video yet, please go watch it because you have a great Frankenstein collection.
I love the story.
Really do.
It's a great story.
It's a great story. I love Frankenstein. So I was very, very into that video. And actually we both have that book because of
Yes.
Dave.
Because again,
That
one
book
more
is
time,
awesome.
it is gorgeous.
It's a
I'm looking at it right
beautiful
there.
book. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so nice. It's so cool. And they had a matching Dracula one, but I just went with the Frankenstein.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do 2 more comments here, and then we'll give when going through my collection, a lot of snapper titles I have are still exclusive to DVD format. I know, I
Yeah.
wish there's definitely some DVD titles I really wish would get a Blu-ray or 4K release for sure. Last one. That Frankenstein mug is epic. So nice. That was a local grocery store, and they were just trying to clearance out all of their mugs at the end of the
How cool
Halloween
is
season.
that?
And I was like, this is phenomenal. So I picked it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, friends, we're going to give stuff away. Stephanie
Yeah.
was very kind and generous, and she actually has a giveaway for us here in the stream. And then I've got a giveaway as well. So,
I
and
have a
tons of questions though.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess I'll show the item and then we can ask the question.
Yes.
Um it is it is brand new sealed, the a steel book. It is the 4K and digital for Halloween H2O. So it's the latest release. And I don't know if it's H2O. Is it Halloween water or is it Halloween H20? I think it's H20. It's
It's
either
funny.
Halloween water or H20. But if anybody's into trying to win a steelbook, um, the question would be, uh, what is the actor that plays Laurie Strode's son in this movie? And first one to answer it wins.
There you go. Now we do have, friends, for these giveaways. We do have it time stamped in the comments. Will come up for us. We're going to do our best on that. And got to live in the United States.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if no one answers, we're keeping it. Steve, you win. That means you have to watch the movie too.
Is it Josh Hartnett?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Steve, we have to get your address, Steve.
Yeah. So you can contact us. Yeah. Instagram is probably the best, easiest way
Yeah,
to do it.
Instagram is the easiest way. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh no, you have to watch it because
Watch it and review it.
Steve, I want a full report after you get it. I want a full report back about what you thought about the movie. Steve is not a horror guy, but you know what? But you know what, Steve, you want it. So maybe if you don't want it, maybe you'll have a friend that will want it. But I'm happy for Steve. He's a good guy.
Well done. Well done.
Well done,
Congratulations,
Steve. Well done. He's like, I won. Oh no.
It's hilarious. Well, friends, I have a stack of 18 digital codes. I'm not doing 18 giveaways. I'm going to give all of these digital codes to one person. And sometimes, as all these came from sealed films, but sometimes, depending on the date of when the film was released, sometimes the code might not work. But I think almost all, if not all, of these should work. And these include a bunch of them from movies I just picked up recently. It Came from Outer Space, John Wick Chapter 4, The Humans, Saboteur, Shadow of a Doubt, Vertigo, which I gave high praise not too long ago.
Yes, high praise.
This one did receive high praise from my good friend Stephanie. Miss Harris Goes to Paris.
Love it.
We've got Heat, Hostels, Gone with the Wind, 47 Meters Down, which
Your
was
favorite
great
shark film.
until we needed to just eat them all.
Eat them all.
Godzilla, what's that?
Eat them all.
Godzilla, King of the Monsters, The Dark Tower, Replicas, The Hurricane Heist, The Revenant, and The Way Back. Oh, one more, and The Meg. So 18 of those. I've got them all here, and they'll go to one winner. And the question is, in what film did Fred Gwynne, who we have right here as Herman Munster, in what film did he star as a small-town judge in the 90s? So, Fred
Drum roll,
Gwynne,
please.
what's that? Drum roll,
Drum
please.
roll, please.
Yes, from Herman Munster, Fred Gwynne. What film was he in that he played a small-town judge? It was in the 90s. So, first person to guess that right, the film, name of the film, they're all yours. You can contact me on Instagram, and I'll get all of those to you.
Yeah, Steve, I don't know. Steve, if you're on Instagram, message me on Instagram because I need your address.
Josh Hartnett. So there was your correct answer there. Josh Hartnett. Yep. Oh no, that's my favorite reaction I've ever seen.
I love that. He won. Oh no. Oh, and Michael.
Michael, you are the
awesome.
winner, my friend. Well done, my cousin
well
Vinny.
Well done, Michael.
I watched it for the first time last night, and I was so excited to see Herman Munster in the film as the judge. I had no idea he was in that film.
So did you know he was in Pet Sematary too?
Here's the deal on that, Stephanie. I did not know until I looked it up. Oh no, I saw it. And that is the reason why I don't watch horror. Because I was at a sleepover as a little kid. I watched Pet Sematary.
Oh, that's right.
And that knife coming down the Achilles tendon of that person, I was done.
You
That
went from
sleepover,
earnest.
yeah, that sleepover I spent with the majority of the time my face in a pillow, just like quivering internally. And
I
that's the reason that I
forgot about
watched for.
that.
Yeah.
The
So,
horror. Utes. What are Utes? You got it, Altaz. What's a Ute? The 2 Utes.
so Michael, congratulations. And Steve, congratulations as well.
Yeah.
That's so fantastic.
2
Uh,
awesome, awesome people too, I might
yeah,
add.
Michael and Utes. What are Utes? Well done. I actually never saw that movie. Well, I will say it
It's
was a ton of
fun.
fun. I
Yeah,
enjoyed
you'll
it.
like it. Watch it,
Yeah.
Michael. You'd like it. It's fun.
Is it from what year is this from? Like 91 or something?
Yeah,
92.
it's fun.
Yeah, it was a really fun film. I
Yeah.
will say, so as was, you've seen this, Stephanie.
Yeah.
So I was watching it, and the whole time watching it is I was noticing Joe Pesci's face, and it was like really pulled. And I was
Yeah.
like, I wonder if he got work done for the movie. And so I
Maybe.
looked it up, and you know what? He had these metal clips that was pulling it to make him look younger. And I read an article while I'm watching the film. It said, look in his sideburns. Watch the movie. You see metal clips in his sideburns. They didn't
Wow.
cover it up. They didn't do anything. And you can see it in
Wow.
full view the whole film, and it's literally you see the pull, the metal clips are there the whole time.
Wow. I
Yeah.
had no idea. Now I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yes, and watch, do it, you count how many times if you want. It's literally, it's like every 5 minutes you see the metal clips
Oh my
on there.
gosh.
Yeah,
I've never noticed that. I now I wanna pull that movie and watch it just to see
and,
the metal clips.
yeah, and Marissa
Yeah.
Tomei was great in it. She was
Oh, she
so
was
funny,
fantastic. Yeah, they were
so
so
funny.
funny.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Ralph Macchio was great. It was such a silly premise,
Yep.
and I just had so fun. I needed just a comedy. It was a really stressful week. I needed a comedy to just chill out to. That's what I watched last night. It was great. So
Good
good.
for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Kelly, and congrats, Michael. My cousin
Cousin
Vinny.
Vinny.
Close, close.
Close, close, close,
Yes.
close.
So, Michael and Steve,
We
congratulations.
will
If you
we
want to
will
contact us,
connect. Yeah.
yeah, we'll make sure we get those to you.
Yep.
It was awesome.
Yep.
Friends, that's what we had on the schedule, Stephanie.
Yeah. We did it, John.
Did it. It's
You
an
did it.
hour. We did it. We did it. Stephanie has helped me on what the buttons to press, when to do what, and so it was a lot of fun.
And
And
no
Kelly,
hot mic.
and no hot mics, yeah. Although that would have been hilarious. It could have been
That
the
would
end
have
of the
been
show.
hilarious. Anything
Yeah,
can happen. You never know.
anything. That's absolutely true.
Yes.
Friends, for all of you who watched, stopped in, said hello, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. I promised this for a while. Life got busy since we hit 1,000, but really excited to do it, and we'll definitely do more in the future.
Yeah.
Because the first one's done and everything went okay. Everything was fine.
You did fantastic.
Yeah,
And John, from me to you, and first thank you everybody in the chat who came by. You guys rock.
absolutely.
And John, so just again, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. You know that I am in your corner 120% every day, all day. And I couldn't be happier. Couldn't happen to a better person. And I'm just so happy for you. And I can't wait to see where your channel goes from here.
Well, thanks, Stephanie. I've said this before. I remember Joe Martinez saying he's met some of his closest friends via YouTube, and when
Yeah.
I first heard that, I was like, "That's ridiculous. That's not
Yeah.
possible." And
No.
Stephanie, you've just become a great friend, and always encouraging, super supportive, and kind. And so, and again, we talk all the time, and sometimes it's about movies. Most times it's just life. So,
Yep.
thanks so much. You've just become a really great friend, and thanks for doing this. And
You bet. Anytime.
genuinely appreciate it. So. Yes, this was a ton of fun. This
Yep.
was great, John. You're already a pro.
You
Well,
are a pro.
Altez, if you knew how much Stephanie had to tell me what to do this, you realize that Stephanie's the pro, and I'm just kind of hanging out. But thank
You're
you.
good.
Great show. Have a great night. Steve, you have certainly put in the work, John. I'm happy to see your
Yep.
channel growing. Thanks so much, Steve. It's very, very kind. It's been a lot of fun. Congrats on 1,000. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. This has been a lot of fun.
Thanks, kids.
Stephanie, thanks so much. I
Thank you,
really
John.
appreciate it. Looking forward
You
to our
bet.
next conversation whenever that happens. We're looking
Very
forward.
soon.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, everybody. I
Night,
appreciate it very
everyone.
much.